What's going on, guys? This is Matthew here, and I have a review of the Motorola M. Now this is another RAZR phone from Motorola. In the US it's called the DROID RAZR M, and internationally it's just going to be known as the RAZR M. But this is kind of the replacement for the typical RAZR in a sense, because the other RAZR phones are much larger. This has a 4.3 inch screen. You're still getting a HD display. It's not full 720p. It's 540 by 960, but you're still getting great pixel density. Comes in at about 256 ppi, so images and everything looks really clear. If you want to look closely here, you can see colors really pop, and as you can tell around the side of the display, it really is edge to edge. It kind of goes all the way to the edge of the phone. The size of the phone is very compact. You have the 8 megapixel camera on the back with a reflective backing, so you can take self-portrait pictures. It takes 1080p and also has the LED flash. There's your speaker grill. Has this Kevlar backing that makes the phone kind of splash proof from water. It's a pretty rugged phone. It has like an industrial look to it. If you look right here, you see you have some screws, some exposed screws to kind of give it that industrial feel. If you see right here on the left, you have your micro USB port for charging and syncing. Right here is the port for your micro SD card slot and your micro SIM. That kind of tucks behind this little plastic flap. It's very solid, doesn't feel cheap at all. Overall, Motorola's phones have always been really good as far as build qualities, and this has not changed at all. You have a nice LED notification here up top, your Motorola branding, your front-facing camera. Here's your power button, as well as your volume button. Your volume button is actually on the right hand side, which is kind of different, but I actually like it since I'm right-handed. You may have a problem if you are left-handed. Here's a 3.5mm headphone jack, and as you see, this is the first time Motorola has done a device with capacitive, with touchscreen buttons rather than capacitive buttons. So it makes it pretty close to the Android experience that most people are used to on like the Nexus devices. Inside the phone, you have a dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor. They're both cores clocked at 1.5 gigahertz, so it's pretty quick. I have not noticed any sluggishness when opening up programs or anything like that. There's a gig of RAM inside for your multitasking and things like that. Actual data that you can actually put on here, you only have 4.5 gigs about. So you're going to want to use the SD card slot, and that does come. You can actually put up to a 32 gig in there. So this phone is priced for $99 in the US. So it's a pretty good deal considering what you're getting. It comes with Android 4.04, which is just plain ice cream sandwich. There has been a leaked build already out of Jelly Bean, so Motorola looks like they're going to stick to their promises as far as releasing Jelly Bean on this phone. Now, I will say this phone is very quick. It has a lot of pretty good features that Motorola left on here. It's pretty close to stock, but I will say this, Verizon put a lot of bloatware on here. You have a lot of software on here that you don't need. IMDb, NFL Mobile, Audible, Amazon App Store, MP3. There's a lot of bloatware on here, but you can always hide it. You can download another launcher and get rid of it. Nothing too bad. I mean, I would like, since this phone doesn't have much on storage data, I would like to be able to remove some of this stuff, but you cannot. If you see the lock screen is pretty basic, except this time when you go to the left, you have your settings. If you go to the right, the home screen actually does this thing where it's to the right now. So let's go ahead and show you this here. See, it's like this. It's not like before where you started off in the middle and you went to the left and to the right for your home screens. This actually starts off at screen number 2 and then you go to the right. So if you don't like that, you can't really change it on the stock launcher. You'd have to download something from the App Store. But it actually, it doesn't really bother me because I usually scroll to the right for my stuff anyway. Overall, great phone, excellent call quality. Excellent call quality. The web browsing on here, it does come stock with Google Chrome, even though it does not have Jelly Bean. I found that to be very cool. You can pull up websites pretty quick. Let's go ahead and pull the website up. Here it goes. I'm on Wi-Fi right now, but this is a 4G device as usual, and you can get really good speeds. I got about 20 megs down and about 12 up. So everything's pretty fluid, as you can tell. Zooming in, zooming out is very fluid. Web browsing on here, especially with the tab browser, it's very good. You can open up other apps, other websites fairly easy. And I'm getting a notification there. But if you have any questions, definitely let me know. One of my biggest complaints about this phone was the camera. The camera is very mediocre. Colors seem to be very washed out. You really could not get a excellent picture out of it. Other than that, front-facing camera takes very good pictures. The whole design is very nice. Let me show you in comparison to an iPhone 5. So the iPhone 5 has a 4-inch screen, and this has a 4.3-inch screen. So let me see if I can focus in on here so you can see. If you notice, they're about the same height. The iPhone 5 is actually a little bit taller, and it has a smaller screen. So it really is a congratulations to Motorola for their design here. The phone is of course thicker. I mean, it has to go somewhere, but I'd rather have a thicker phone and a larger screen than a extremely thin phone and a smaller screen, because the screen size on this phone is perfect. It's perfect as a one-hander. The edge-to-edge display looks really good. Colors look really good. You don't really get much difference in let's say the web browser. So let's pull up the web browser really quick. If you see here, you can actually see more information on the Motorola RAZR M than on the actual iPhone 5 screen. So it's personal preference, but as usual, the iPhone 5 usually wins in these type of battles. I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you have any questions, let me know, guys. This has been Matthew doing a review of the Motorola RAZR M. It is available now, and stay tuned. I will be doing some reviews of the RAZR Max and the RAZR Max HD. I will see y'all later. Peace.